But what? But the
Equal treatment or not. It's not whether or not you were said mean things when you grew up or whether your dad was a gangbanger. Doesn't matter.
Well, I'm
Okay?
not saying that's not the outside factors I'm talking about.
It doesn't matter
But
what the outside factors are.
But can I
Equal
explain where I'm coming
But understand,
from?
I'm going to finish and I'll let you.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Abenaka Call. If today is the first time here, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so today I'll be reacting to a video titled Charlie Kirk snaps after black student says merit-based hiring is racist. One thing I love about Charlie Kirk is that, he doesn't just speak because of what he hears, what he sees, but he digs down to do his research, and he's not going to speak like he's not going to be subjective when he's speaking. He's definitely going to be objective about whatever he's going to say. So without wasting my time, let's get right into this video. Go.
But the one I want to talk to you about the most is affirmative action and DEI. And in these videos, you have said, quote for quote, white males have high test scores. White males shouldn't have to be penalized. You did acknowledge and say that people of color come from lower socioeconomic backgrounds that do not prioritize education much. But instead of making a suggestion on how to help those communities and continue to build those communities up, you continue to say that our institutions are becoming less excellent. And I'm confused as to what your definition of excellence is. Is that because white males aren't necessarily, in your opinion, getting accepted as in a higher rate, even though they technically are, because 41% of college admitted students are of the white race?
It should be higher than that, yeah.
Based on what? Where are you getting the statistics? I just want to understand.
It's a good question. The Supreme Court did a whole case on this, and it ruled against affirmative action, and we saw the books of Harvard. So
I don't want to cut you off. May I know for future reference, so I can understand where you're coming from and get more context, could I know the Supreme Court case?
Yeah, so the name, 2.5 years ago, I think it was something out of California. Someone look it up. You could use Grok or ChatGPT.
If somebody could please look that up for me. Thank you.
So we saw the data out of Harvard. Harvard was the test case, and effectively approximating, but a white male had to get about a 30% higher test score to even be considered than an equivalent black student.
And when was this?
Over 30 years. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. So basically for a black student, they could do 30% worse on their standardized scores than an equivalent white student.
And you don't think that has any outside factors to do with it?
Well, that's not the point. The point is whether or not.
But how is that not the point?
Because I don't believe we should accommodate based on outside factors. You do.
Well, I do, because I believe in progression. And I feel like you have stated in multiple of your videos, which I do have a quote.
No, fair enough. I'm just making sure we understand we disagree.
Well, that's true.
I don't think we should change the rules of the game to accommodate.
What were the rules of the game?
Well, the rules of the game are that you should be treated fairly and equally, right?
For sure.
That's an American principle.
And I agree with that completely.
Got it. So, therefore, a white male should not be treated differently than a black male.
But when you come from a different...
Doesn't matter. Equal treatment or not. It's not whether or not you were said mean things when you grew up or whether your dad was a gangbanger. Doesn't matter.
Well, I'm not saying that's not the outside factors I'm talking about.
It doesn't matter what the outside factors are.
But can I explain where I'm coming from?
But understand, I'm going to finish and I'll let you talk.
Okay, of course.
Equal treatment is regardless of any sort of sob story you could put on before it. Equal treatment. Test score, test score.
And I completely agree with that. But I also come from a predominantly white town, so I understand what you're trying to say. In my district, we have so much funding, and I live in the Florida Keys, so there's a lot of funding that comes to my school. And you can drive 30 miles north, and you end up in Homestead, where they have a fraction of the funding that we have, and they don't have as much of the same testing instructors and people to help them, and have as much of the same outside resources. And then you can keep going another 30 miles, and you end up in Miami, where all the private schools are, and they get even more funding than where I come from. Obviously I ended up where I am today because I continue to push through, and I didn't let any outside factors affect me. But at the end of the day, I kept going, and some people don't have that same ability. And I also
it doesn't. Again, first of all, in Florida, every public school gets the same amount of money. Okay, there's an equal funding
Yeah, but
across the board.
But you also get donations from the people in your
fair
community.
enough, but Florida has.
And I know for a fact that my community gets many donations.
Florida has the most. You could use equitable funding structure of any school, and has universal school choice basically. So that's number one. Number two, explain to me why, when we're admitting people for a job, should it just be what's on that piece of paper, or should race play into the factor?
So I know that your argument is mediocrity. I forgot. I don't
Mediocrity?
really. Okay, yeah, and I know that, and I also believe in quotas as well. But I don't think that it should be one and one, but they should go hand in hand. Because at the end of the day, if I have just as good as a resume as somebody next to me, I wanna understand where you're getting that jobs are just taking people because they're a woman, because they are black. I just want to see. And I understand what you're trying to say because of course, with affirmative action and DEI, that does give them an upper hand. But where does it say that you take somebody just because of that color?
All over the place. Capitol Street Partners back in the summer of 2022 said that they will not hire white men for internships. That's one example of thousands I could give.
But because of how many people are in there, how many people in position?
No, because they wanted to be. Again, that's irrelevant. It does not matter if you have an internship and everyone is a white man. If they're all qualified, that's great. It doesn't matter if they're all Asian or all black. It should be what merit qualification gets the people into that position.
And of course, but if this school only wanted white people to attend.
No, good, like excellent qualified people. And if they end up majority white, who cares? Why does that matter?
I don't think that matters. I'm saying that affirmative action.
No, you are saying it matters.
I'm saying that, but I'm not saying for the white male or the black race or the Asian race or the Indian race, or understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that it works in favor for any race and any sex. It works, and it does 1,000%. And I don't understand where you're getting that information.
It is anti-white racism that was in the fiber of our laws that is now getting away thanks to President Donald Trump. Where if you were a white man, especially to apply for internships, jobs, going to college, that it was significantly harder to get those jobs, to get into those practices, because there were quotas that made it easier for people of other skin colors with lower standards to be able to get those positions. We agree there's only so many slots in a college, right? There's only so many positions in an internship. It's a limited supply.
I completely agree.
It is scarcity. So when you have a scarce resource, you have to decide how you're going to divvy up that scarce resource.
For sure.
In a DEI model, they're going to say, okay, we're not going to do any more than 30% white, and then we'll do 15%. And so you kind of come up with these quotas. Therefore, they end up saying, well, what happens if the 15% black is not qualified? They don't care, which ends up happening far too often. Or what happens if the...
Can you give me examples of cases?
Yeah, air traffic control is actually a really good example. We now have all the documents that show that we went on a hiring spree to have more black air traffic controllers. There's a huge lawsuit about this, 15, 16, 17, where the standards for air traffic control have dropped so dramatically, and you're kind of seeing some of the effects of that, potentially. Wow. And again, it's in almost every single corporate practice, every single college institution. But it just kind of comes down to more of a moral argument that I have, which is that if you have something based on merit, I don't care if it's all black, all Asian, all white. It's an excellent group is what I want, not a diverse group. I care about excellence, not diversity. Because I do not believe diversity is a strength. I believe unity is a strength. I believe the pursuit of higher purposes is a strength. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do understand where you're coming from. I feel like I do agree with some of the things that you did just say, and I may have to do some more research on the things that you said before, but I guess we can agree to disagree for the time being. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well. I really love this video, and it was really fascinating. I really love every bit of this. From the lady speaking till Charlie Kirk also telling us his mind. But I want to dive more into this racism, in as much as racist is alive with us in this society. No matter what we do, I feel it's like we don't want to go past that, because it's like we are always on this issue like racism. Because I don't know the reason why having to apply for a job has to I don't get the reason why before you have to apply for a job, your color has to matter. I don't get it. Because your color or the complexion you have, your color, you being black or white, shouldn't even be part of a qualification for a job. We are all humans. We breathe together. How will you let somebody's color affect them getting a job? Like, this clearly doesn't make sense. I am going to agree with Charlie Kirk, like I always say, because honestly, I don't see the reason why you have to have a particular color to get qualified for a job. As far as the person has the potential, the person has the ability to do the job well, color, you being black, you being white, shouldn't even have, like, it shouldn't even be part, it shouldn't even matter. It shouldn't even be part of anybody's job that we are applying. We are going to always are going to only employ white people here. We are going to only employ black people here. Like, this clearly doesn't make sense. Like, I can't take deep about this. Being black or being white doesn't have to matter. As far as you've gone, you have the educational background, your CV qualifies for you to have the job. You have to get the job, not you being a black, not you being a white. No, it doesn't even, this doesn't even have to even, we don't even have to talk about this. Like, it doesn't have to even happen anywhere, though it happens. Like, you know, the lady said, Charlie Kirk said, now there is no way you can actually see that. So if she has the way she thinks that is going on, she should just bring it out for him to, like, know more about it himself, because himself, he doesn't know, or he hasn't heard about that before. But this is real, like, this is really bad. Being black or white shouldn't matter. As far as you have the qualification, you have, whoever is employing you is saying you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to have a degree, you have to have a certificate of this. Your skin color, you being black or white shouldn't even matter in this. As far as you have the potential, you have the strength, you have the qualities the person needs, you should get the job. Well, this I love this video. I love the fact that, you know, the lady was able to, like, stand out to speak. Like I always say, it's not easy to come out of the crowd to, like, be the only person everybody's watching, anybody's listening to. Like, I feel she's intelligent as well, and I love this reaction. So please keep your comments coming in the comment section. Don't just leave everything to me. So, because everybody's in my comment section, whatever you say matters. Like, whether you are black, whether you are white, it's gonna matter to me, because yes, I even feel happy for you to even listen to me and getting to hear my opinion. That's so much, it gives me so much pleasure. Yes, so don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and if you have any video recommendation, you can also put that in the comment section. And please don't forget to share this video out to other people to actually hear. Please, I need your comments and your opinions and your ideas and your views about this video. All right, so put that in the comment section as well. Bye.